So YouTube recently gave me a 7-day ban on the platform for harassment and cyberbullying on a video in which I neither harassed nor cyberbullied anyway, and they refused to tell me, because they can't, where in the video or how in the video I did either of those things.
You sit on a throne of lies.
Look, I'm not kidding.
You're a fake.
I'm a fake?
Yes.
How'd you like to be dead? Huh?
That's right. I received a 7-day ban on the platform because of the actions of harassment and cyberbullying on my channel in a video. What this means is that for that 7 days, I couldn't post anything, I couldn't go live, which also means that as a content creator who in part depends upon the content that I'm making on YouTube and other platforms to generate revenue for my business and my life, that I wasn't able to create content that I can generate revenue from during that time, including, even worse really for me, was a brand deal that I had lined up for a company to put in a video, which is something that YouTubers can often supplement. They can take out the pre-done ads and insert a paid promotion that does, better rates and is beneficial for those kind of partnerships for these creators. I couldn't do that. That whole thing had to fall through, which not only cost me the execution of that brand deal in the moment, but then possibly future deals with that same company. So this really has an impact. What some may view from the YouTube perspective as a slap on the wrist of a creator for something that I didn't even do is really something that can have a larger impact on putting pressure on the backs of creators that they've built their platform on. YouTube messing with me, it comes and goes in waves and has done so over the years. And as a content creator, you sort of just get used to it. And I also want to be really upfront that I understand, I recognize that YouTube is not my company. I don't make the rules. And by coming to the platform, creating content and putting it here, I am by default then agreeing to abide by those rules. So I don't have a problem with that, but it doesn't stop me from disagreeing with how those things are executed or how they respond to these issues on their platform, or certainly when they give you a ban for a period of time or a strike. I'm going to express my opinion about it because I don't think they actually have either the creator nor the community's best interest at heart when they do this, even though they will tell you this is for the safety of the community. In this video, I'm asking the simple question that if YouTube really cared, if they really cared about their community that makes its platform what it is, why would they not only ban a video for nonsensical reasons that never even happen, but why would they refuse to tell the creators when and how they did so in a video to prevent it from happening again in the future? The video in question was from an episode of the podcast that I do live on my channel called Failure to Stop. It's with Eric Tansey. It's part of the Drinkin' Bros Network. We do it live on Tuesday nights and Friday mornings. And this was no different. Our Tuesday night is like a story-driven call-in show. And this topic was crazy conspiracy theories. And so we did that on November 30th, I believe it was, from 8 o'clock Eastern time, and we went about an hour and 40 minutes. So, whatever time that we ended, give or take a few minutes. And in that show, we neither espoused any, I didn't assert as the content creator of my channel, I did not assert that I believed in any of the conspiracy theories that we were talking about. Although I don't even know that if I did, who am I harassing or cyberbullying by saying that I believe in some weird conspiracy, even if I did? It doesn't make any sense. Nor did we, abuse any callers for calling into the show at our request to tell us what crazy conspiracy theories they've heard of or they believe or why they don't believe them or whatever. It was just a fun show, and there's really no issues that we noted. In fact, the episode stayed live for a week on my channel with no problems. And then I got an email on December 7th from YouTube saying that my video had been removed for harassment and cyberbullying. And of course, I went to appeal it. And I wish that I would have actually saved the screenshots or recorded me sending this appeal to YouTube, because what I did in my appeal is say, I'm appealing this because I didn't harass anyone. I didn't cyberbully anyone. We didn't tolerate that or promote either of those things in the episode. So please tell me where in the episode, at what time or what part of the show was someone harassed or was there cyberbullying going on, so that I can comply in the future and make sure that we don't repeat the mistake. The next day, December 8th, I received the follow-up email from my appeal saying that after a careful, a careful review of the video, the appeal was rejected, the content stays removed, the strike remains on the channel, and any future problems in the next 90 days creates a second strike on the channel. And if you guys are familiar with how the YouTube strikes work, it's like baseball, right? 3 strikes, you're out, whatever. And each time is an increasing penalty. And of course, in true YouTube fashion, it's just some standardized form email that got kicked back a few hours after I made the appeal, and no explanation, no engagement with what I actually wrote in the appeal, and no description whatsoever of where or how I harassed anyone or cyberbullied anyone. Now, of course, this isn't the end of the world. It's not that big of a deal. And again, you get used to this as a content creator because I don't try to depend on the revenue that comes from YouTube because it is so all over the map, sometimes good, sometimes non-existent on the video. So it's something that you just get used to. So I don't depend on that. I've built my life around real world things and not just social media content. But this is why I think a lot of YouTubers get burnt out on the platform, or they get burnt out on churning out content, because there's an ever moving target of not only what will actually get shown to your subscribers, but what you can't do. It's an ever moving target of this community guidelines with all the fine print. And when you supposedly violate it, you don't even know what you violated, when, or how. So how is it that they're really protecting their community when they're keeping it in complete obscurity how to actually keep everyone safe? It also makes me want to move the audience that I do have away from this platform to somewhere where the rules are clear and they're observed without doublespeak and without hypocrisy. I say double standard, doublespeak, because every single conspiracy theory that we talked about on that show, you could just type in the search of any of those conspiracy theories, and all of them have countless numbers of videos about any one of these theories that are still live and sponsored by ads to this day. But why did they pick our video to do that? I mean, logically speaking, how do we follow up what they did to my video and interpret that as really looking out for the community? Maybe we actually uncovered a real conspiracy that goes to the highest levels of Google, and they don't want us to know. All right, how and why did this happen? Logically speaking, there's really only 2 options. I'm sure there's a lot of branches of these and subcategories, but let's just take an overall look. First, it was an accident, just a glitch, a mistake, an oversight. Okay, if it's a glitch, if this is accident, then the system itself is designed to not have a way then to actually catch its own mistakes, leaving the community vulnerable to harassment and cyberbullying anyway. I mean, what happens when the content creators themselves are being harassed or cyberbullied? What recourse is there for me, a creator, when it comes to the community guidelines? I mean, I literally just got harassed by the platform, and I have no recourse. I mean, do they only care about the consumer and not the actual content creators that are helping to generate content that generates their revenue? This makes no sense. Dear YouTube, are your viewers that come to your platform to watch videos not worth taking the time to actually carefully review things, or do you just want to say it? I literally brought the potential mistake that I gave YouTube the benefit of the doubt and said, okay, maybe this was an accident and maybe this was like an automatic thing. That's fine. That's why I will take the time to write this message and ask them to actually tell me where this issue happened so that I could correct it, so I could rectify it. You can actually edit out parts of your video now on YouTube in the YouTube studio. Why not give me the option to do that if you really cared about the creator and the viewers as a community? If this is actually for the safety of the YouTube community, the integrity of the community, then why wouldn't you want to engage with your creators in a way that allows them to prevent doing these things in the future if it's really putting people at risk? The other option, of course, is it is actually intentional. I have no clue how this started. I mean, was this an automatic scrape of my channel? Was it a random audit and I just got caught up in it? Or did my video get reported for some reason by one or a bunch of people for something that I'm not even aware of that would have caused this issue in the first place? I don't know, and that's the problem. If it's not an accident and it was intentional somehow, why not help me understand where that started so that it could actually be changed? What you end up doing with this is actually making no changes at all. I mean, certainly someone from YouTube isn't sitting there in the background just like hawking my channel, watching it in the background, just waiting to make their move, right? But hey, I don't know. I have nothing to go on. All I have is speculation. I'm in the dark here, just like everybody else. You see, whether this is accidental or intentional, it's just leading everyone down the same path to the same place. It gets us nowhere, and all we're doing is perpetuating a cycle of my video got banned, my video got restricted, and we don't ever know why. And it's this all-knowing, all-seeing community guidelines God that we must kneel before, but we don't know how to appease it. I don't know what to do because I asked and you don't answer me, but you just maintain this level of control over the creators who are driving people to your platform for the content, but you are so unclear and so inconsistent that we're all left just as unsafe as we started from harassment and cyberbullying because you don't know how to stop it. Well, that's my quick take, guys. Drop yours in the comments below. Which one of these, do you think it was an accident? Do you think it was intentional? Why or why not? Or maybe you've got some other take on this that you want to add in the comments. That's fine too. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell and see if YouTube actually tells you when I go live, because they have not been doing that, or when I post a new video, they've been suppressing that, but that's another video for another time anyway. So if you want to find me elsewhere, you can, just whatever. I'll see you out there. Here's to a good 2022.